This is episode number 9 of the Online Playmaker Sessions. This week's episode is with video marketing icons and trainers, Steven and Lanacia Rachel from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Welcome to the Online Playmaker Sessions. This is the place for the latest what's working now strategies from the best online playmakers, the top marketers, the rising stars who are making it happen right now. Every week, you'll get real, actionable lessons that you can take and apply immediately in your business, delivered in short 20-minute sessions. Our focus is your results. Here's your host, entrepreneur, world-class trainer, and marketing strategist, Norbert Orlowitz.
Hello, online playmakers. If this is your first time tuning into the Playmaker Sessions, thank you for choosing us, and don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, and if you prefer video, our YouTube channel at onlineprofitplaybook.tv. As with all of our episodes, we have all the show notes, transcripts, and actionable tips over on the blog. Just head over to www.onlineprofitplaybook.com. You'll also be able to get access to my complimentary 5-video tutorial series on building the proper foundation for your online business, as well as several other free trainings, including my Instant Income Multiplier tutorial. And if you're ready to multiply your results fast, check out the premium membership of our Online Profit Playbook, where our guests open up their closely guarded playbooks and walk you step by step through the exact marketing funnels and sales process they use to build their audience, grow their influence, and make sales. Get the coveted Online Profit Playbook today. Just head over to onlineprofitplaybook.com and join the Playmakers. Steven and Lanacia had been part-time network marketers since the 90s, but never really achieved any major success until they discovered online attraction marketing strategies roughly 4 years ago. In 2012, they took massive action and began to create simple YouTube videos to promote their business ventures, and within just a few months, found themselves in a position to quit their jobs. Since that time, Steven and Lanacia have now been full-time internet marketers for 3 years and have been blessed to move into their dream house in the city they've always wanted to live in. They have built a truly successful brand online, reaching a large audience around the world by leveraging the power of YouTube and Facebook. Steven and Lanacia are now top affiliate marketers online, being recognized on stage for their achievements. They have created their own digital training products, spoken on stage, and now train and coach others to do the same. They are passionate about inspiring and helping others to learn how to leverage the power of the internet to achieve their dream life. This week's Online Playmakers, Steven and Lanacia Rachel. All right, welcome back, everyone, to another Online Playmaker session here. And today, I've got my friends and some great marketers from Las Vegas, Nevada, Steven and Lanacia Rachel. Welcome, guys. How you doing today? Hey, what's up? What's up, Norbert? Oh man, I'm doing awesome. I'm excited for this interview. I'm really excited for this interview because I've been watching you. I mean, you guys have been getting results for a while now, but I've been watching your videos. I love when I see your videos in my newsfeed. Because I'm always learning new things about video production from you guys, and I'm always just looking for what's the next video you guys are going to create, because they're always entertaining, they're always well produced, and you guys are delivering some amazing content into the marketplace. So hopefully we got to talk a little bit about video marketing, because I know that's a big thing for you guys, and you guys are so awesome with it. So I just want to thank you for being here, because I'm excited for our listeners to get to know you and hear from you guys and hear from your experience. A lot of the people that I interview, you know, a lot of us got started in network marketing, and then we kind of came online and started doing online marketing. Was that kind of your story as well? Did you get involved in network marketing first and then transition to online?
Yeah, we started like in the late 90s, like 99, 98, 99.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s, during that era. And, you know, did it mostly offline, you know, meetings, home meetings.
Going to the malls, flyers, the typical stuff.
we used to take like these postcards, right? And we would like go to like a shopping center, and we would just like post them on all these different cars, and barely got any results from that, just to let you know.
I remember a security guard chasing me down one day. It's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Hey, we did that. Man, it was fun times. But that's pretty much where it all began was that. And I think with the evolution of the internet and social media, even then you were starting to see a few different websites, MySpace, Friendster. And one day I was at work and we both worked together at that time. And at a job site we met, it was at our place of employment. And I was at work one day and I was on some of these very, very dinosaur social media sites back in the day. And wow. And it just hit me one day. I'm at work and we worked a graveyard shift and it just hit me like, what if I just kind of communicated and started talking to some of these people instead about my business instead of talking about all the other crazy stuff that everybody's talking about. And those were the beginning stages of really trying to do it online. And I started to get some engagement. We made some sales, we had some successes, but it wasn't anything that came in a big way. It wasn't like, oh man, I got all these sales. We're about to quit our job next week. It was never like that. It was like once every blue moon we would get somebody that would want to sign up or connect with us, but it wasn't consistent. Mm-hmm. And it was just a lot of things that I wasn't really branding myself. I was just sharing content. I was just sharing, not even content. I was sharing links. Yeah. So I was just sharing the company link, and that was pretty much it. But that's how we really got started, and we just kind of evolved from there.
The typical stuff that everybody puts: earn, $500 to $1,000 a week, all that kind of stuff. So, once we figured out that, if I put myself in front of that, we can get more sales. So once we started doing that, that really helped.
Okay, so let's talk about that. That's an awesome kind of backstory there because it shows you guys were involved in network marketing. You tried some different things online. Things necessarily weren't working out, but now you guys are having this amazing success. So what was that breakthrough? What was that transition point? Was there something that happened? Was there something that you did? Was there something that you changed that changed your results? And all of a sudden you can now look back and be like, wow, it was that thing, or that series of things. Take us back to the breakthrough that really transitioned everything for you.
It was probably watching one of your videos from back in the day.
Hey,
just being, I was at work one day and I came across a video that was talking about attraction marketing. And, I told Lanacia about it, and we really got excited about that whole community and just got fired up.
Yeah.
And I think the breakthrough, I don't know. I think we had some mental breakthroughs in terms of what people needed to do to be successful during that time span. But until we actually started applying it, that's really when the breakthroughs really started to happen. And the main breakthrough was, like Lanacia said, it was promoting ourselves over or in front of our product, service, opportunity, or whatever. And we did it through videos. It all started with, I remember the video to this day. It all started with one video that went viral. And it wasn't a hard pitch. It wasn't me really trying to twist somebody's arm to make them sit. I was just giving my experience involved in this particular affiliate program over the past couple weeks. And it was a very short video, about 3 minutes long. And I shared a testimony, and a lot of people liked it. And it was very authentic. I remember I filmed it. We were actually getting ready to go get something to eat on a Friday night. And I said, well, I need to do this video real quick. And she was ready to go. And I'm like, well, let me just do this real quick. And so I did this video really fast. And I said, well, let me do it. And I can actually put it up on YouTube later on in the night. And that's exactly what I did. And I actually screwed up something in the video. And I said, well, I'll film it when I get back again. But I never did. I just uploaded what I had. And that was the beginning of where we're at today. And it really gave us the example of, if we make more videos, we'll make more money.
Ooh. But even with that, though, too, you can't just make the video. It's all about consistently promoting that video.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. We were, I mean, every day, 3-4 times a day, just putting it out there, getting eyeballs on it. So that way people are going to notice us and see what's, you know, what are we doing? So I think that was the other factor for that breakthrough, is just that consistently promoting us and promoting that video and getting it out to people.
Yep.
Okay, let me go back to a couple of things that you mentioned there. One thing was we started to, and I'm going back here to the beginning of what you said. You said we started to put ourselves out there instead of our product, business, opportunity, whatever it was that you were selling. What does that mean, to put yourself out there?
Well, I think a lot of times, you know, a lot of people, they're involved in some business and they want to promote, you know, whatever the product or service is, and they just promote the company and the service or whatever, and people really don't know who they are.
So they put their company presentations out there.
Right. So what we flipped it. We said, okay, and this is a saying that I say to a lot of people that I work with. I say, I don't want anybody to see what I'm promoting until you see me first. I want to be able to connect with the viewer first, with me or us, before they move on to the content, or before they move on to the company website or the company product website or whatever. I want them to see us, get to know us first, get a chance to make that connection and build that relationship. So if they go off and do more research or whatever, they'll want to connect with us. So our main foundation is always promote us first, in terms of whether it be in a video, whether it be in a, whether it's like a blog post, a Facebook update, a picture. We always want to tell a story around what we're doing and brand it to us. And then that makes them more curious, and they'll want to see more about whatever it is, the product, service, or opportunity. So I think it's that one tweak, you know, because for years we were always making videos. I used to make videos for my job because I was in training, but the camera was always facing this way. Okay. Now, until I decided to turn the camera around, that changed the game. That changed
the metaphors there. I love it.
You're outside and you're speaking to someone about your business, they're seeing you first. Mm-hmm. So it's the same thing. You're just having a conversation online with someone through video or through a blog post, picture, or whatever. So it's the same thing as doing offline marketing, where they're seeing you first. They're into you first, and then they're into your business because they're into you.
And this is the whole thing about relationship marketing, right? And network marketing is many times referred to as relationship marketing. But I think even as affiliate marketers, internet marketers, if you're selling your own business, your own products, your own services, I think if you think of your business as a relationship business, because in the end, you're doing business with people, with customers.
That's right.
And every business is a relationship business. When I go see my chiropractor, it's a relationship business. I actually like going to him because I like him as a person. If I didn't like going to see my hairdresser, I'd find another one, wouldn't I? Everything, everything is a relationship business. And I think that's the power of the internet. I loved at the beginning of attraction marketing, when we first launched MLSP, the network marketers were so skeptical. They were like, you can't build relationships on the internet. But what you guys are sharing is exactly it. You know, yes, you can if you do it the right way.
Right. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
So let's talk about creating content, because this is a running theme throughout all of the interviews that I'm doing. And I've interviewed some different marketers with different business models, different traffic strategies, different monetization strategies, you know, pure affiliate marketers, direct response marketers, network marketers, people, you know, marketers selling their own info products. And yet the one common theme that I see in everyone's business is content, creating valuable content. So when you guys are creating videos, how do you come up with the ideas? What's the mental process that goes behind, you know, you going out to create videos? What's the goes into it?
There's a lot of different inspiration points that we get. You know, we're big movie buffs for one. So a lot of things, we get a lot of ideas from just pop culture in movies, television.
I would say that's our main source.
Yeah, that's our main source, because it creates an instant connection with people when we do a lot of different marketing. So we do a lot of that, a lot of ideas, a lot of my videos in terms of how it's shot or made, I get a lot of that from television. Like I've been kind of known over the last couple of years. I started doing a lot of green screen training videos where I'm standing in front, and then the actual, information that's on my computer is actually right behind me.
Yeah, I love those. I've watched those. Those are great. I love watching those. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I got that whole idea was from watching reality shows. Yeah. And where they'll have a clip and they're doing something in a house or whatever, and then the scene will change where the character or the person is actually speaking to the camera, and there's like some type of green screen behind them. I'm like, you know what? What if I did a training presentation and they saw it in the back instead of just doing the little square,
picture at the bottom,
that a lot of people do, which is fine. Yeah. But I wanted to be different, and that was one thing that we did, and I thought it would be a cool idea, and we did it, and it just kind of took off. It really helped people. It really branded. I wanted to make sure I'm branding myself to the content. So you're seeing me in full person, and then the content is right behind me, so you can see that clearly as well. But you cannot see the content without seeing myself, and it actually worked out really well.
And then another thing too, what we always have done is, if we join a particular business, what is something that a new person will need to know? Or what made us join the business? Because something that made us join the business may make someone else join the business. So we do videos on that. Different training videos, just how to do your back office. I mean, just simple videos like that, just simple things. Or just even marketing, how to do a Facebook fan page, how to set that up, or how to do this, how to do that. Those are really powerful videos because people see what you're doing and they're like, this is easy.
Yeah.
They make it seem easy. Let me reach out to them because I can get some type of help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the inspiration, comes from a lot of places. Again, like you said, training. One big inspiration we get is from other marketers.
Yeah.
I see what other people are doing because when I see a video from another marketer that I follow, and I'm like, wow, that video was awesome. And I'm like, I'm going to do something just like that. It might not be exactly like that, but it'd give me an idea where I can put my own spin on it. And, but I know I probably one of our probably main sources of inspiration for a lot of videos that we do is of course, TV and movies. Because television, movie, they know how to do a lot of film and a lot of cool edits and all that. So I get a lot of ideas just from watching that. Yeah.
Okay, now for some people listening here, they might feel a little bit intimidated because they have no experience making videos. They've never been in front of a camera. And I know that you coach a lot of students through that, a lot of people you work with. So what's the advice that you give to people that are just getting started out? Maybe they're considering doing video marketing, but there's a lot of hesitation and nervousness and lack of experience and all that. How do you get them through that process to get them started? What do you tell your brand new clients and students?
It's just something they really just have to get over. Because you can say a lot, but a lot of times they still a little hesitant. And so normally I just tell people, hey, if you want that major success, you're definitely going to have to just take action on it. It's not going to be perfect. I think a lot of it, people want it to be perfect. They see certain videos, they just saw one of my videos and I had all this stuff going on in it or whatever. But I always tell them, I say, hey guys, I didn't start there. I started with a basic video sitting in my living room on this tripod right here. You can't see it. It's right there. And just shot it and just scaled up. I didn't have any fancy cameras and lights. I got lights and all this other kind of stuff now, but we didn't have all that. We just started with what we had. Yeah. And so if you're concerned about how you look, I always tell people, you look like you look to everybody else. You might critique yourself. Why do I look like that? Why is my hair like this or whatever? But to everybody else, you look and sound like how you look and sound. So, most people they're not going to see those little things that you're thinking about. And I always tell people to just start doing it. And it'll definitely make a huge difference in your business. Cause for us, it wasn't immediate, but that first video started laying the foundation of what we have today. And the second video was a little bit better than the first one. Mm-hmm. The third video was a little bit better than the second one and the first one. And I just got better and better and better as I kept shooting video content. A lot of people just want to be perfect when they do it, and you're not going to be perfect. You just want to start where you're at and execute. And YouTube is your best friend. So if you're trying to figure out some kind of, cut or edit or software that you're using and that you just got, or maybe you already had it on your computer, you're not sure how to use it, YouTube is your best friend. Especially when it comes to video editing and using a certain, editing software, Final Cut, Windows Movie Maker, or whatever, Adobe Premiere. All those different things in terms of how to edit and cut and do different things are online. So if you're trying to do something, just become very good at researching and searching for your answers. And that's what helped us.
Yeah, but first you have to start. You have to have that mental breakthrough to where, like, you know what, I don't care. I'm just going to do it anyway. Yep. And just see how it goes. And just start simple. I mean, this is your best friend when you're first starting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Your cell phone. You can scale up from there, but I mean, cell phones nowadays take amazing video.
This thing has some good video, man. I mean, wow.
But you have to have that mental breakthrough first to say, you know what, I can do this. Because once you have that, then the sky's the limit for you. Because once you get past that first video, all the other ones are pretty easy. And you can just crank them out and crank them out.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it really is. It's just about practice. I mean, it's interesting to hear that, Steven, you said you started behind the camera in your job. And then you transition in front of the camera. So I imagine that was, quite a transition for you, and it didn't come naturally at first.
No, it wasn't. It was just, from the training that I was getting, I knew what we needed to do. And it made sense. That was the thing. It made complete sense in terms of you wanted to make those changes and start filming and sharing your experiences, your thoughts, your successes, your failures. Sharing that with the world that would let people know, like, and trust you, and would ultimately build your fan base. So, Norbert, it worked. So I mean,
first you have to get uncomfortable so you can be comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true, Lanacia. And I'm just thinking about seeing you on stage. It was a couple of years ago, Steven, when I saw you speaking on stage. And I was just blown away. I was like, wow, this guy's really good on stage. Like, he's really good. And I've seen you now recently as well, and now on videos. And just to see your progression and your progression as a speaker and as a leader and as a trainer. And now, you're right up there. I mean, you're freaking amazing on stage. And it's like, wow. And that's just like you said, you started out behind the camera, and it's just a matter of practice and doing it. And I think you've probably made at least over 100 videos now, haven't you?
Oh yeah. Hundreds by now. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's practice. It's practice makes perfect. And I think that's the big takeaway. All right, let's get into something specific here. I'm always curious about the day-to-day activities, the activities that you actually focus on, because I see a lot of marketers that are busy doing things that aren't creating results. So if we were to pare down, what are your money-making activities that you focus on a daily and weekly basis? What are those big activities that create 80% of your results in your business?
I would definitely, one for sure is just consistently putting out content, whether it's video content, whether it's a blog post, whether it's a status update on Facebook, whether it's just communicating and connecting with people on social media. I think all of the above. So I don't want to overwhelm anybody watching, but I would say the number one, if I had to pick, would just be creating content and just being consistently putting out information. And I do that on a daily basis, in some form or fashion. If it wasn't a status update, maybe we did a webinar that day.
Yeah.
If we didn't do a webinar that day, maybe I shot a video and I uploaded it on YouTube. I'm always creating. I look at this. How I look at videos, Norbert. Every time we make a video, it's almost like we're duplicating ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So when we make a video, it's like that video always delivers the same message. It's going to deliver the same content to everybody that watches it. And so when people wonder, well, how do you get leads every day? You know, how do you get sales every day? I mean, you guys get sales like every day and something. How do you do that? I said, well, because I got all these little video soldiers out here on the internet that are working for us. And that's what creates we can leverage that, and we can do some of the things that we like to do. Yeah. Go to the movies, you know, go out on the strip or something like, or whatever. And, you know, it's humbling to see what we see now. Yeah. And, but I remember where we came from with, I tell people that all the time. I said, when we started, nobody knew who we were online. Mm-hmm. Nobody knew. You know, if you worked for JCPenney's corporate office, you would probably know Lanacia. If you worked for T-Mobile, in the Dallas area, you probably knew who I was. But online, in terms of marketing and network marketing and affiliate marketing and all that stuff, nobody knew who we were. Yeah. But we had the attitude coming in, once we find out what to do, we had the attitude of saying, nobody knows who we are, but they will. Give me about 90 days. And I knew the way that we were going to be able to do that is by creating a lot of content. And like Lanacia said, promoting that content. Okay, so go ahead, Lanacia.
I was going to say, for me, it's a little different because Steve, he handles most of the video work and things like that. I do a lot of the SEO, and we create systems too. So I do a lot of web design, lead capture pages, things like that. So we kind of marry those two together. So he does the videos. He promotes the videos, and then I do the lead capture pages, the thank you pages, things like that. And then I start doing the SEO to promote that information to get some eyeballs for that. So it's a good marriage between the two of us. He's promoting videos, I'm promoting websites. So we just got a ton of eyeballs on all of our information we have out there.
I did pretty good, Norbert.
Yeah, that was kind of my next two-part question. The one part was, Lanacia, what's your role in this? How do you guys partner together? And you just answered that. And then the second one, and maybe Lanacia, you can kind of take this, is what do you guys do to promote these videos now? Because I've seen a lot of people too who have created videos. So they've taken action, they've started creating videos, and it's awesome, but they're not getting any eyeballs. So can you give us some specific things that you do to get eyeballs on the videos?
Well, for one, is promoting on Facebook. There are a ton of people on Facebook, so that's the number one thing, is just to put it out there. And then you can also take that same video and upload it to Facebook as well. So that's just another backlink. If you don't know what a backlink is, it's just another link to your video. And then I do a lot of SEO work. So Social Monkey, OnlyWire, things like that, just to get it on Google so it can rank so more people can see it.
Paid ads.
Yeah, paid ads. Posting in Facebook groups, things like that. So just any and everywhere that we can put a video so people can see it. Mm-hmm. That's what we want to do.
So you'll share it in some of the public Facebook groups that you're a part of?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much in the beginning, before we started learning a lot more advanced strategies, that was one place where I started. And I still do it today because it's still very effective if you're sharing the right type of content.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Most people in those groups are really just spamming their links or whatever. And, but what I tend to do is I like to share content. And so I use that strategy as a content exposure, and agent, I guess you can call it, and what that does is,
but we're sharing us.
But we're sharing us,
not sharing links, not sharing company videos. We're sharing our videos, sharing our pictures.
Yeah, which leads them to the content of the opportunity, the product, service, or what have you. So we found that's how I really started getting speed when I was promoting in the beginning. I was using that particular strategy. The only reason I'm using that because I think it's good for. When we were new, I was using that particular strategy of Facebook groups. I was promoting my YouTube videos in those groups. And I was doing it very consistently, like every single day. And I would go in, I had different programs that can do it automatically. In the beginning, I kind of did it manually, but I was promoting. And I really understood that it wasn't about the opportunity or the company. It was about me. And when I started just exposing more of who we are, or if it was a video of just myself, or if it was a video of both of us, our fan base started to grow because people kept seeing us all over the place. And so that's one, one way that we really kind of started getting speed. And that's as we scaled up, then we started doing Facebook paid ads, and then we started doing a little bit of SEO. So we started in the beginning very, very, very small, but we did the right actions to expose us, and then we just kind of scaled up from there.
And that's a great strategy for people who are just starting out, because it's, if you don't have a lot of money to set aside for Facebook ads, posting in groups is free. Yeah. You just have to make sure that you have the right content, like Steve said. So you can get an auto poster, or you can post it yourself. Just as long as you're consistently posting your information, you're going to get eyeballs on it, and they're going to see you coming up the newsfeed each and every time. And then sooner or later, they're going to be like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and just click on it and see what they're talking about, because I keep seeing their face and they won't go away. They're stalking me on Facebook. So
pretty much.
Let me go ahead and just check it out. And then they have that, wow, this is some good information, and they contact us.
Yep, it works.
All right. So as far as marketing strategy, getting traffic, getting leads now, what are you guys doing right now? And we're going to get into this a little bit more in the premium edition for our Online Profit Playbook members. I can't wait to see, what you're going to share with our members there. But just really quickly, if we talk about what's your main lead generation, traffic getting strategy right now, obviously it includes videos, but is it mainly through paid advertising, through YouTube ads, Facebook ads, SEO? What's kind of giving you the best results right now?
The best results is definitely going to be paid ads, doing targeted ads on Facebook. We have a number of ads that we run consistently. Right. And it's all about being consistent. Mm-hmm. And so we change them up from time to time here and there. But that has probably been that's probably our biggest exposure. Marketing strategy is Facebook paid ads. And we're dabbing in a few different things as well. But for the most part, that's been the one that's been more consistent. 'Cause we've done pretty much. Now, we're going to be venturing into some newer things for the new year, but I think as a whole, I think the Facebook itself has really, Facebook and YouTube, and really just Facebook and videos.
Yes.
Facebook and videos has really been a major impact for what we've been able to do over the past few years now. And and Facebook is so huge, you can communicate. A lot of entrepreneurs are using it. So Facebook paid ads is really killer, because once you can learn how to create effective ads, write sales copy, and then just kind of, test and split test certain different types of campaigns, it just makes a huge difference in your overall, ROI, in terms of what you're doing. So,
and driving them to the right content too.
Yeah.
So we try to make sure that we have our back-end process with our lead capture page or a blog post or something like that. We try to make sure that we have that optimized, so that way when they see that video or that ad on Facebook, they can go to an offer that'll make them take action. So just really optimizing that too, as well as the Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Right. Making it all congruent. Okay. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Good stuff. And I'm excited for our members to kind of dig in and have you guys show us what you're doing. All right, let's wrap this up here. Great content so far, really great tips, lots of good stuff I think that people can take away from this interview and really start to apply in their business. If you guys could just leave our listeners, our viewers with 3 tips for people who are trying to get their business off the ground or trying to take their business to the next level. Just leave our listeners and viewers with 3 tips right now from Steven and Lanacia.
Number 1, I would say, I'm writing it down now.
Well, my number 1 would be get uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's definitely.
You have to get your mind right. You have to get uncomfortable first. There's always a starting point for any and everybody. And once you can get over that hurdle of just starting, it can make all the difference in the world.
Yeah. You got to get uncomfortable to be comfortable, So
I love that.
I like that. That's definitely a good one. Next, I would say just be consistent. That's the biggest hurdle I see a lot of people going through. They're just not, they want it so fast. And, I just had a conversation with a person just the other day, and that was the main thing. He was he was wanting to maybe do something different so he can start getting big results. Now I'm like, well, if you don't have a lot of money or resources that you can put into something like that, it doesn't exist. I said, there are ways that you can do some big things pretty much out of the gate with no skills, but there's a big price tag on it, you know, and if you don't have those resources, it just doesn't exist. So I just told me, you just got to be consistent. Keep doing what you're doing. If you do that, it'll work out. And so I would say, be consistent, get uncomfortable, right? And don't quit.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Just don't quit. I mean,
it's a process. It takes time. I mean, we didn't, you know, people didn't know us overnight. It's scaled and it's steady scaling up and scaling up and scaling up. So yeah, that's the worst thing you can do, is to give up too soon. It
took us a decade to become an overnight success. So
actually more than that.
Yeah, really. Yeah, because we've been doing this for a while, and it's only the last 3 years that we really can say, yeah, we finally started having some success that's really documented. And you know, so just don't quit. Keep learning. Surround yourself around the right people so you won't quit. So I guess those are our 3 tips. Be consistent. You know, get uncomfortable, be consistent, and just don't quit. Don't quit. Keep going.
Lanacia, Steven, thank you so much. It was an honor to have you guys here. I want to congratulate you on your success. And, you know, we're going to share some links where visitors and viewers can get a little bit more information, a little bit more training from you as well, with some of the great content that you guys put out into the marketplace. So thank you so much again for being here. And for our premium members, if you're not a premium member, you can go subscribe underneath this video on the blog. We're going to be digging into their business, and Steven and Lanacia are going to be walking us through one of their marketing processes. So I'm really excited about that. All right, guys, thank you again so much for being here, and we'll talk later.
Thanks, Norbert. See you guys.
I hope you enjoyed this week's Playmaker session. If you love the session, subscribe now to our YouTube channel so you never miss our weekly episodes. Be sure to also subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Just type in Online Playmakers in the search bar and click subscribe, and be sure to leave a 5-star review. All of the episodes, show notes, transcripts, resources, and bonuses are available on the blog over at onlineprofitplaybook.com, along with several bonus free tutorials I've created for you as well. Your fast track to results is to follow the Playmakers. You can download their closely guarded playbooks and follow them step by step to grow your influence, build your audience, and create results in your business right now. Head over to onlineprofitplaybook.com and join the Playmakers to get full access today. Thank you again for joining us today, and be sure to tune in next week as we bring you another power-packed session with the top Playmakers online. This is Norbert Orlowitz, signing off.